So we know those skills are important as well. Important is, can they write? Can they speak well? Can they do mathematics? Can they do science? So we know all those academic skills are important. The trickier skills to teach are around the knowing and having a value inside of yourself. That's more difficult to teach than mathematics. And we've really put a lot of effort into what are the best approaches in the world for a student to mature. I'll just, if you can unclick and turn your cameras on, if you have a yes answer, just wave. How many of you have seen the presentation by Louise Evans, the 5 chairs, 5 choices? That was on the 17th of January. We did a parent event that you could come see. How many have already seen that video? Can you wave if
Mr.
you've already?
Can I help you to translate a little bit? I noticed that some parents might need translation.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. 所以校长问说，就是我们之前办了一个那个家长的座谈会，关于那个5张椅子5种选择，有没有家长有来参加这个活动？有的话可以就是告诉我们一下。
So I see a clapping hand there. So if you haven't had a chance yet to view that video, maybe Miss Linda, we can send out the link to the JK parents one more time. I think there's about another 2 weeks left before the link expires. But so Louise Evans came to Pythagoras Academy. She trained some of our teachers in her unique approach. And I think she's one of the best in the world at an approach to help children to mature. And so we just want you to know that that's really important to us. And we put a lot of effort into developing a program where your children can really mature as well as learn their skills. Can we go to the next slide, Miss Vivian? And so I want to point out to you that the junior kindergarten and kindergarten teachers work closely together. So the kindergarten teachers understand the junior kindergarten program, and the junior kindergarten teachers know what they have to do to get children ready for kindergarten. And the truth about the JK is they over prepare. They get your children more than ready for kindergarten, which is wonderful, which means students will be successful as they enter the kindergarten program. But what's strong in our school is that link between JK and K. The teachers know each other, they can discuss the students, and that means September can be a really great start for your children because the teacher already knows them because they've talked with the junior kindergarten children that's been with them for a year. That's a huge educational advantage to have September be a month that you can get off to a good start. So I won't say more than that for today, but I'm so glad that you joined us and you can get to actually meet Miss Cleveland, who is an amazing teacher. A lot of respect for Miss Cleveland, and I'm sure you'll enjoy what she has to tell you about the kindergarten program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bouchard. 那我简单的帮大家翻译一下，就校长有说到我们这个 JK 的课程和这个 K 年级密切结合，甚至是有一点这个过度准备了，所以就是学生呢从幼儿园再来读 K 年级的时候是非常的顺利的。那 including this meeting today, that we also hope to help parents prepare the first day of school in September for kindergarten program. So in the end of the session, please feel free to ask questions that which can help you to better prepare for getting into the kindergarten program. All right, without further ado, I would like to first introduce our special guest to all of the parents. I have our parents, PAPO, Parents Organizations Chair, Maki Mac here with us, and I apologize that the previous page that I misspelled Maki's name will be M-A-C-K-I-E. Later I will change it. My apologies to that. All right, can I introduce Maki to have a short introduction to us? Hi, Maki.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure some of you may know me from volunteer work already, and also from being Lucas' mommy, because my son is also in JK right now with Miss Leah and Mr. Eckers Kepler's class, and he really enjoys the class there. This is our third year into Pythagoras. I also have an elder daughter in grade 3 with Miss Malone. Um, we never actually had a chance to experience kindergarten because when Lucas first joined, he joined junior kindergarten and Leanne joined grade 1. But being a parent here for 3 years now, we've seen how involved all the teachers are, and including staff in the whole school, because it's just a very warm and connected community. I mean, like what Mr. Butcher said is that the JK teachers are always with the, talking with the kindergarten teachers, and they're always enhancing on the programs on how to smoothly transition the JK into the kindergartens. And being here for the last 2 years, I've observed like a lot of the kindergarten students that are now currently in grade 1 or even grade 2. They are amazingly mature for their age. And seeing them in the halls when we can still go into the school as parents, they would always say hi to me in the hall. They weren't shy. They were open. They were willing to just express themselves and ask questions. And I feel that this is a very good training at Pythagoras, and the teachers have done a wonderful job.
Thank you so much, Mackie. Thank you for always being so supportive to our school-wide events as well. And in the future, parents will definitely see Mackie very often because she helps us arrange a lot of school-wide events too. All right, the next special guest, I would like to introduce Sherry to every parent. So Sherry is one of our mom at Pythagoras Academy. Her daughter right now is at grade 1. She's also our class representative. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sherry. My daughter is in grade 1 right now, and we joined Pythagoras when she was in kindergarten. Our school is very warm and very efficient. Whenever you have a question, like Vivian always responds very quickly, which make us feel very comfortable at the beginning of our school life. As a parents in kindergarten, I think what is getting ready for kindergarten, like Eleanor is very organized and strong at following the routine work. So I think it's very important when we usually receive a list of things like we need to prepare for the first day of school. When we're getting all the stuff ready, then it will help the kids very well at the beginning of the school year. So they have everything like rain jacket, coat, boots and stuff, and they know where to put. It's a very good training to be independent and good for the school year, like in grade 1 and later on. Also, I think my experience as being an early aged child parent, I like to talk with her after school. A little talk with her every day. She liked to share everything happened at school, like things happened, what she learned, something happened happily or unhappily with friends, even what she ate at lunchtime. I understand as parents, we are quite busy, and sometimes when they want to share things with us, we're in the middle of something. For me, if I try my best to listen to her most of the time. If I can't, I will let her draw a picture with a few words or sentences, even yeah, something we can share later on. Because I don't want to something happen like when I walk back to her and she will tell me, oh, sorry, Mom, I forgot. Yeah, I treasure the time she can still talk to me when she is willing to. I have a teenage boy. He is still very warm and sweet, but he stays in his room most of the time. So I encourage parents to talk more with early age children when they're still willing to talk with us. Yeah. For grade 1, we are in grade 1 right now. Most of the time we are well trained from kindergarten already. The thing is we have many free offered app school, by our school, and we have like Lacia, Rusk's coding programs. They are all free. I encourage parents to use them like 15 minutes a day or every other day. So it will build up their skills. Then you won't like worry too much about their readings or everything when they are in grade 1. Yeah, just remember to try them out. They are very interesting and easy to use.
Thank you so much, Sherry.
That's all.
Those experiences are wonderful, and I will quickly just translate a little bit for the parents that might have some hard time to connect with us. 所以 Sherry 的妈妈是我们这个1年级的班级代表，也是很有经验的妈妈。然后呢，他们家的女儿是 Eleanor。那妈妈刚刚有提到，就是在 K 年级的这个训练啊，包含她对自己的负责任，东西放在哪都知道，然后还有进教室的一个流程啊，还有对她自己的东西负责的这些训练，在 K 年级呢，或者是幼儿园都训练得非常好，所以一上课就进入情况。然后妈妈也分享了一些她分享给家长的一些strategy， 就说策略，在家里的时候我们可以多跟孩子们这个询问他这个在学校发生的事情，然后如果比较忙的话，可以让他画下来。然后妈妈很常跟 Eleanor 就是讨论学校的事情，或者是包含细节，吃什么东西都有讨论。然后妈妈也分享了，就是学校有买很多的那个就是软件，线上的软件给家长来用的。然后在家里的时候可以多用这些免费的平台，包含阅读的啦、数学的啦，或者是这个 coding 这个编程的这些软件。然后这些都是非常 important 的这个也很 valuable 的 experience. Thank you so much, Sherry, for sharing those experience with us. I believe that everybody get a lot of benefits from your feedback and experience. All right. Thank you. And next part, I would like to sincerely invite one of our kindergarten team lead and also the homeroom teacher, Mrs. Cleveland, to connect with us. Hi, Miss Cleveland.
Hi, my name is Dawn Cleveland. I've been at Pythagoras for 3.5 years now, and I do enjoy working here. The staff is wonderful. I have worked for a public school before, and now this is the first time I've worked at a private school, and there's many benefits to the private school here. One benefit is that the junior kindergarten is in our school. And Miss Leah and I, as well as the other JK teachers, we often talk, and we get our students together so they can get to know us. And so when your child comes to kindergarten, they are used to the classrooms, they know the teachers, and they already have walked into a risk-free learning environment, which helps them right off the bat. Should I stop, Vivian, and let you talk?
Translate? Or?
Do you want to translate a bit?
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. 所以那个K 年级的班主任老师呢，就说就是我们学校的一般就是如果说幼儿园直接升上来的话，这个训练这个转衔的过程会更加的顺利，因为很多的这个技能他们以前都有这个学过了，然后也更认识这些不同的老师。Okay, Miss Cleveland. Yeah.
Right. So the first slide, I just wrote down the purpose of kindergarten. and is to teach children a rich, meaningful, and balanced program of skills and information through age-appropriate activities. And what that means is we help them develop social skills, we expand the child's ability to learn about the world, we foster the love of books, reading, and writing, we using a nurturing and supportive approach, we provide a risk-free learning environment, and we pique the students' natural curiosity.
那我们这边的这个 K 年级的这个课程啊，就是我们着重在很多这个社交跟这个情绪的这个认知跟培养上面。那我们也尽所能的在做任何的这种诱导或者是启蒙，就是想让他们学习各种他感兴趣的一些东西。那阅读能力的培养在 K 年级也是一个很关键的一年。所以我们想培养学生可以识字，可以读书，还可以写东西。Yeah, Miss Cleveland. Thank you.
Next. And the next slide.
Okay.
And so in literacy, it starts in junior kindergarten as well. And they work with the Fun Family Phonics program, as well as the Writer's Workshop and the Write Traits. These are all carried into the kindergarten program. In kindergarten, we do start off our year with our letter recognition and sounds, which the students that have attended our school already in JK are well advanced with that. And so we do start off with our letter sounds and our recognition. Right now, in this time of the year, our children are already reading, and we use guided reading lessons where they work with leveled readers, meaning that some students are at a higher level than others, and we are able to have small group lessons where we can work with those individual students on the levels. We also have a home reading program that starts in January, and students they take books home every week and read every night and bring that back. And we just keep giving them new books every week to read. Our writer's workshop, we have been working with Adrian Gear, and we are working with writing with sentences right now. We started off with writing with pictures. Then we went to words. Now we are writing with sentences right now.
Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland. 那我们刚刚那个 K 年级班主任老师讲到了，就是我们幼儿园学的这个发音系统啊，是用这个 Fun Family Phonics， 所以它有一套的这个字母的认字跟发音的系统。那衔接到 K 年级呢，就会紧接着做这个阅读的培养跟这个识字的这个培训。所以它会有很多这个小团体 group 的这种活动，那包含可以追踪每个学生他读的这个情况，还有识字的这个情况，然后可以做到尽量这个个别的这个辅导。那我们也有这个 home reading program， 就是老师呢会把书放在学生的包包里，然后会带回家，在家里再继续读，继续去复习。那除此之外，我们对老师之间的培训也是很严谨的，就是我们一直有在做我们自己的这个Andrea Gear， 就是一个很有名的这个教育家给我们老师做的一个这个帮助孩子可以更识字、阅读还有写作能力的这些培训的教学。
Thank you. Numeracy in math in kindergarten is hands-on and integrated into the day through individual and group activities where children learn through inquiry, games, and experimentation. We test their imaginations to reinforce the skills that they are learning and use real-life objects to practice skills such as patterning, sorting, measuring, and number sense. If you look at this, I'll usually start my math class with a poster like this. I can. This one says, I can measure weight using non-standard units. And so what they've done is then we make sure that that is what we learn about that class. And so for that one, the students would have been measuring objects using linking cubes or something like that. So we have an objective do number talks where they're inspired by a photo or a story and discuss different math concepts. Students use mathematical vocabulary and language to contribute to mathematical discussions. So these number talks, I mean, when I first started them, I wasn't quite sure about them. But as I use them more and more and the students get used to the mathematical language, the math language, they actually, they catch on quite quickly. And this just helps them with their numeracy later on.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Cleveland. And I noticed that Jack just joined us. Hi, Jack. Welcome to our Zoom tea party. And right now, hi. And right now we are. Oh, no worry. Thank you so much. We are so happy to see you connect with us. So Mrs. Cleveland just quickly share the numeracy program with the parents, and I will quickly translate some of the content for the parents who might need assistance. 那老师刚刚说了，这个数学的这个课，我们通常还是在 K 年级想和这个生活做结合，所以大部分的课程设计都是我们引导学生为什么他要学这个东西。所以一开始他有一个表，就说我能学习这些东西在什么样的时间点，我可能可以用得上。然后就是很多这种数字啊，或者是排列组合啊，然后这个测量单位的这些培训跟启发。那也创造了很多游戏啊、实验啊，还有激发同学去问问题。然后我们就希望就是这种丰富的这个数学的教学啊，可以让同学们在学习数学的这个领域上面会可以走得更长远，然后也就是深深的非常感兴趣在这个项目上面。Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland.
Science and social studies activities are led by the students' inquiry and interests. Experimenting, engaging the senses, and research are some of the ways that learning is valuable, meaningful, and fun. So for example, we did a pumpkin unit. And so with the pumpkins, we used all our senses when we were studying the pumpkins. Students represent observations and ideas by drawing charts and simple pictographs, as well as they take part in caring for self, family, classroom, and school through personal approaches. And if you can see on the pictures, they're working on graphs, they're measuring themselves, what else do we have? Oh, Chloe's being eaten by a snake, because we were talking about snakes being hibernating snakes and what they eat. And so you can see that they are active in doing things throughout these lessons.
然后我们的这个社会学科的这个研究设计，也是希望同学和这个生活中做结合，所以都会以同学们的兴趣点作为出发，然后再做一些研究啊跟学习。那主要的课程设计呢，都是想要好玩、有趣，对同学来说，对小朋友来说，觉得有这个价值。那这边有一些图案的这个分享，然后我们也可以看到有跨学科的组合，包含这个统计学。在这个社会科学的项目里面，所以同学们在中间那个图片，孩子们在做这些统计学的这个数据的收集。好嘞。
Yeah, I did add a slide for specialty classes in here. Right now at this moment, the only specialty class that I teach is phys ed. But I did write this in here because it is part of our daily kindergarten routine. And same with the highlights of kindergarten, I put this in here. It's okay, baby, and if you don't want to do that one.
Oh, no, sorry, I accidentally clicked it too fast.
So it just says that, you know, all the different classes that they are actually involved in. There's the phys ed, art, music, musical theater, Mandarin, French, and computers, and then field trips as often as we can. So we're just talking about how the students express their feelings and the creative process through all of these classes. I did see on the one thing that somebody asked for a typical day of kindergarten. A typical day of kindergarten would look, your students would arrive at school. Teachers would be mainly out in the hallway here. And what would be happening is they would come and they'd be changing into their inside shoes, and they'd be handing me their home folder. The home folder is a communication folder that I have between myself and my parents. I write in it every day. Parents are aware of what is going on in our classroom, what needs to be, what they need to know is just little information there. After that, they come in and they, we greet them, and then there's usually centers set out in the morning. And centers is, those centers change throughout the year. At the beginning of the year, our centers focused on letter recognition and printing, fine motor skills. Now we are focusing on sight words and writing. Those are our centers now. Our centers all often have math as well, math concepts. After the other things that are involved in our day are, we usually have our, well, we always have literacy. And that would be, right now we are working on writer's workshop. We're working on writing. Daily 5 is part of our literacy program now. And the students are broken up into groups. I have one group at the table with me. There's other students that are on computers doing Lexia. There's others doing word work. There's others doing creative work with our sight words. So there's always through rotation. And so I will see a child once a week for sure for reading with them one-on-one. Also in the mornings, on Friday mornings, when they come back with their reading folder, each of them read one little book to me. So we can hear that, I can hear how they're doing. We also use word families right now. Word families focus on, let's say right now we're working on the egg family, so it'd be big and rig. And these also have a poem that's attached to these word families, and the students are learning reading through poems. Our numeracy is various math concepts. Right now we are working on shapes. We're just starting shapes, and we continue the number talks throughout the year. And then they would have a science or social class that day as well. And they're learning about learning about the world around them. And then they would have specialty classes. Also, one time during the day, the students will be part of their developmental play, where they would have the free time in the classroom. And there's different things available for them. There's puzzles and blocks and dress up and the kitchen, and there's tons of things. And they're allowed to play wherever they want during that time. And of course, throughout the day, there's the snack and the recess that they will go out and do as well.
Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland. 那老师刚刚分享了这个 K 年级一整天的这个流程啊，就是早上去学校了，会把那个带回家的那个袋子给带回来，那里面有一些作业啊，还有这个联络的这个本子，可能会有老师的签名，然后跟家长的这个签名相互沟通的一个本子。那老师也介绍了我们学校的课程很丰富，有这个主科跟专科。那在各个不同的专科呢，这个会有这个专科老师会来这个教学。那班主任老师呢说，他在班级的设计上面啊，也是走这种多元的这个方式，就是希望可以关注到每个孩子，那也希望孩子们之间可以有这个团体的互动。所以通常在教室里会设不同的这个学习的区域，那同学们就会轮流去这些区域学习。那每一天当中也会有一个短的时间是让他们自由发挥，去玩一点东西，或者是去和同学有更多交流的这个时间。And I noticed that some parents that ask the questions in the chat box. Maybe later we can have Miss Cleveland to also helping to answer the questions. So is it okay, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, of
okay.
course.
Yeah, so maybe after this page, then we can look into those questions.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I just wrote down here some of the highlights. I mean, there's definitely more highlights, but I put the Wonder Wagon and outdoor classrooms. Now, the Wonder Wagon is a nice little classroom in itself where we pull the wagon outside. And now that it's not raining as much, we'll probably be able to pull it out more. And the students just explore outside. We learn about outside, and we play around with that. Our outdoor classrooms, we also have a gazebo out there where the students can we often bring our clipboards out there and they work out there. The story studio is a nice little place in our school where the students use their creative skills, and they start to build stories using different little objects in the story studio. And what they do is they just tell me their story. They build their story, they create it using the objects in the studio, and then they tell me their story, and we get some pretty cute little stories. Easy transition from JK. We have tons of special events. The other day we just had Pink and Red Day, and we have a small student teacher ratio. So in my classroom right now, I have 12 students only. So that is a wonderful number.
Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland. 那这边有我们 K 年级的一些特色，就是说学习呢不是只有在教室里面，所以我们有很多室外的一些教材，比如说 Wonder Wagon 是可以拉出去上课的一台这个车，然后我们也有户外的教室，也有这个启发学生写作啊、说话呀，或者是把想法给整理出来的这个 Story Studio。就是孩子们可以拿一些这个小的东西，然后给他自己一些提示。那在我们学校呢，因为 JK 和 K 年级是这个一体的这个教学方式，所以他们适应的时候通常会适应的非常好。那学校也有很多大型的这个活动，就是促进大家和学校的连接更紧密的。然后基本上可能每个月会有一次，特别是9月到12月是我们的这个很大的这个 warm up 的这些月份。那还有是我们老师和同学的比例呢是非常低的，所以这些都是我们学校 K 年级的一些特色。Thank you so much, Miss Cleveland. And I have some question here that I received from the chat box. And parents, please feel free to type any questions that you want to ask. This is a great timing because we have the kindergarten team lead and homeroom teacher, Miss Cleveland here. We also have the director of the junior kindergarten learning, Miss Leah, and head of school, Mr. Bouchard is also with us. Our business manager, Miss Linda Yan, is also here as one of our resource that we can ask a lot of questions. All right, question number 1, I received from Faye. What level of ability in terms of reading and reading for kindergarten is expected? May I have Ms. Cleveland to help with these questions?
Level D, students in kindergarten should be at a level D by the end of the year. My students, there's probably about half of them already that are at a level D or higher already. So we're already, going past that level. So yeah, level D.
Perfect, thank you. And in terms of writing, do we have any expectation for kindergarten students' writing level?
And can I jump in here, Miss Cleveland, for a moment? Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
So the standard in BC for kindergarten, particularly in relating to reading, is to know half of the alphabet sounds at the end of kindergarten. Now, the reality is many of our students know all of their sounds well before the end of kindergarten. So it means our students head into grade 1 a little bit ahead of the BC curriculum expectations. Now, just because the BC curriculum has expectations, that doesn't stop us from having higher expectations, except that you want the children to mainly feel like they love reading, they love to write. If that's what you achieve, then they'll do very well in higher grades. If they're very skilled and they hate writing and they hate reading, their levels will drop as they get older. So the kindergarten teachers do very well at the main standard, which is to love reading and love writing, but they also do technically well. So they have them really understand phonics through the Fun Family Phonics program that we have. So they are all ready for doing well at reading and writing.
Thank you so much, Mr. for sharing. And about our next question, are there academic goals for French and Chinese classes? Those two are our specialized class.
Okay. Can I answer this one as well? Is that okay? Yeah.
Yes, please.
For French, the BC curriculum only starts in grade 5. So that's where there's curricular expectations for that grade level. Of course, when our students get to grade 5, they know a lot more French than the BC curriculum because they've studied it since junior kindergarten. So we do have goals for French. For example, we would want in French for them to know how to greet, to know all their colors, to know the days of the week, and to start building their French vocabulary up. They sing lots of songs. They do lots of activities because we want younger children to be active and enjoy. Same thing, we want them to enjoy learning languages. For Chinese classes, they have a very specific vocabulary, again, they're trying to build. It always goes from simple to more and more complex, but the teacher will also be doing writing and reading and activities related to Chinese as well. So be similar to the French program. And we want them to enjoy learning Chinese, enjoy learning French. It's better to reach out to the Mandarin teacher and ask a few questions because my Mandarin is.
在会议上。
Thank you, Mr. Bouchard. Okay, next question from Adam's dad, Adam's family. Does the physical education focus on develop their ABCs? Mr. Bouchard, would you like to help with these questions?
Sure. Can Adam ask it as well? Like, does he mean around phonics, or because there's also ABCs and first aid? So I wanted maybe if Adam can just clarify the question, does the physical education program help with reading and writing and those kinds of things as well? Is that his question?
All right.
Can you translate that if needed, Vivian?
Yes. So about the agility, balance, and coordination.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We just don't phrase it that way as ABCs, but those things, agility, balance, coordination, are part of the kindergarten program, as well as sending and receiving objects. So getting used to throwing a ball at a target, getting used to the proper techniques of throwing. But the coordination, they would be doing things like skipping, galloping, running, different kinds of movement, balancing on one foot. All those kinds of things would be part of the program, getting them ready to be entering a world of sports where they could enjoy the sports and excel at sports.
Thank you, Mr. Bouchard. And regarding the assessment on reading, may we also clarify that about the level? So when we say the expectation will be level D, is it the level that according to our internal scale, or is there a general like a scholastic reading level? This is a question from Faye.
Okay. So Ms. Cleveland, do you want me to answer that, or do you want to answer that?
You can answer it if you'd like.
Sure, yeah. So with reading, we use a program called Fontenay and Pinnell. So it's a worldwide recognized reading program. And there are standards within the program that relate to grade levels. So it does tell us, you know, for example, mid-year in grade 1, what's the reading level that a child should be at. And we do test the children at least twice a year, if not 3 times a year when they get to grade 1, to see if they're matching up with that kind of worldwide reading level. And so it's not a Pythagoras Academy reading level, it's a worldwide kind of standard within reading. And it's not just can you read a book, it's can you read that book, can you make an inference, so reading between the lines, can you deeply understand the book, not just sound out the words, right?
Thank you, Mr. Bouchard. All right, next question. Are there any expectations or opportunities for parents to participate in any activities before, during, or after school?
So right now we have parents volunteering in the library. Sometimes we're doing field trips, although we're being cautious. So sometimes we might have a parent come along on a field trip, but there aren't a lot of opportunities other than the ones that are generated by PAPO, the Pythagoras Academy Parent Organization Executive. So you can be very involved in what PAPO's doing as well. And we look forward to expanding more chances for parents to be involved as we have a relaxation of the health and safety protocols when that time comes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before COVID, the parents were really involved in the school. I had parents come in for Chinese New Year and help me. So they do come in.
Miss Vivian, can you mute so that we can hear Miss Cleveland, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. And then can I move on to next questions? Next question, what's PA's academic program advantage compared with other schools, or the comparison with us and the public school? I think maybe Mr. Bouchard can help.
Yeah, we have because the JK program is so advanced, it does help to keep ahead of the BC curriculum just by having, we're always asking what's the next step for each learner. And so if someone's coming from JK and they know all their letter sounds, we wouldn't start them by learning their letter sounds. We would start them by putting those letter sounds together and beginning to read. So the advantage is with 13 children in a class, other independent schools might have 18, maybe the public system has 19. You can really personalize the learning and make sure that the child's doing their next step. And you always learn more when the teacher knows what your next step is. So that's a huge advantage for having the small, 13, 12 students in the kindergarten program. But there's lots of academic advantages. Like we have a story studio. There's only 3 story studios in all of the Lower Mainland. So when we teach children writing, they actually have their hands-on materials and they can create very creative stories because we give them a chance to move around objects and create their story first. So that's going to lead to more interest in writing and a better academic result. But if you ask the child, did you get a higher result because you worked so hard? They would say, my teacher's fun. I love to write. So they wouldn't necessarily say it was all their hard work. But of course they worked hard, but they thought it was fun because of our approach. So that's different than other schools, how enjoyable the activities are. They don't realize how hard they're working and how focused they are. And so that makes a big difference.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's one other part that parents usually miss when they focus on academics. The reason over time that children do very, very well in academics is when they're very, very happy at school. And to be happy at school, the teachers have to teach children how to work out their conflicts. And I've never seen a staff work so hard at helping young people, including JK and the kindergarten program and the other grades. How do you work out conflicts so they feel good at the end? And then you'll get high academics because everybody's happily working.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bouchard. And I think we cover up most of the questions. And today the main purpose it's for parents to get to know us and also get to know that you have a lot of support around you. Especially right now, you can see the other parents' faces on the screen. Those will be your future classmates, parents. So it's a very great chance to connect with us. Okay, due to the limitation of time, my original plan is that to have some fun session that for everybody to get to know about each other. But due to the time, maybe we just have one parent volunteer to connect with us. So you can have a 60 seconds introduction about yourself, and that will help us to know more about you, especially in September when, if the COVID is well controlled, we probably will see you very often on the campus. And also 3 words to describe your child, and with one goal. So is there any volunteer that wants to connect with us? Or maybe I will have a random draw. Mr. Bouchard, would you like to have a random draw, or?
I would like to hear from Jack.
Oh,
I
Jack.
would like
Hi,
to know
Jack.
more about Jack.
Yes, exactly. Yes. It's always, this is the lesson. Always show up to meetings on time, otherwise, and never sit in front at an improv show. So yes, my name is Jack. This is my wife, Faye. We have a little guy who looks a lot like me, like this, without glasses. He's 3, he just turned 4. We moved here from Hawaii late 2020, so November 2020, and it's very cold here. And Aaron would like to go back to Honolulu at some point, but we've convinced him to stay, and we're very happy that you've accepted us at Pythagoras. He's a very active, fun individual. As we say in Hawaii, he lives with Aloha, so he doesn't jump in right away. He will sort of observe and try and make sure he's nice to everyone before he jumps into things. But as he's now turning 4, he's very enthusiastic and jumping off the couch and doing all sorts of things that little boys his age do. So our goal is to hopefully develop him into a wonderful individual that all of you would be proud of. Someone who's an upstanding citizen first. And then, you know, I know he's not going to be smart because he's got some of my genes, but hopefully we'll turn him into somebody that you would want as a neighbor and friend first.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jack. That was well done.
Great, thank
Is
you.
there anyone else that can also share a little bit about their child or introduce themselves?
然后中文的也可以，就是我们现在有一个短的这个分享的时间，如果有家长想分享一下，就是你自己的自我介绍。Perfect. I have Tyler's mom here. Tyler is our current student in junior kindergarten. Hi, Katie.
哎，你好，妹妹。我呢，我叫 Katie， 我的儿子 Tyler， 但是我们就从已经在这个学校已经这是第2年了。我儿子是非常喜欢，而且非常喜欢他的老师，像 Edgar、莉亚他们都就是非常特别喜欢，所以我们就很高兴他喜欢老师。我觉得在学校开心是最重要的，所以我们就一直留在这里，就想一直往上面读。然后对，Tyler就是自从来了这个学校，他也学了很多东西，而且他性格也很活泼，就是也很爱讲他学校的事情啊，同学啊，他会跑来跟我讲他怎样坐在 Edgar 的那个大腿上睡觉读书，所以我很高兴，他很开心在这个学校，
That's
好，
beautiful.
对，然后妹妹不好意思，我可能得先下线，因为我要提早去接一下他了。
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much, Katie. So
好，
Katie
谢谢
said
大
that
家。
Katie will check out to pick up Tyler pretty soon. And thank you, Katie. So Katie said that Tyler is currently studying Miss Leah and Mr. Edgar's class. There were a lot of fun connections and experience and learning process on the campus. And mom said the most important thing is the connections that the student have with the school. And that's also the things that make her feel calmed and secured and assured that our school will be the best fit for Tyler, and also of Tyler's personality, that he's able to connect with a lot of people, and also the curriculums too. And he shared a lot of experience with the homeroom teacher, that how he tried to sit on Mr. Edgar's lap to read a book to him, or to have some conversation with the teacher. So I think that's the beautiful memory that Tyler's mom shared with us. All right, thank you so much, parents, for connecting with us. And the last 2 minutes, I will quickly just review about some goals for the new kindergarten family, because kindergarten is the first year of the official learning belong to Ministry of Education. So trying to set up some routine, like the morning wake up time and the night time, that might be very beneficial for September, and also focusing on letter recognition or the sight words, and also train the students with the responsibility at home. Also, last but not least, I think encouraging students or the children to be willing to make friends with others. It's very important too. And there are some topics here, but I don't think we have time to go over them. But parents, please feel free to write us any email or give us a quick call. Even some parents have my WeChat. If you would like to discuss more about those topics, that those popular top topics on in our campus, please feel free to write me an email. And hopefully that we will be able to connect again pretty soon. The next big event will be parents orientation, probably in the end of June. At that time, we will reconnect again. And this is a page to let parents know that you do receive a lot of support on the campus. We have official parents organization here to support parents. We also have the WeChat class supporting group to discuss about the homework, about what to prepare for the event, and discuss about the school notice. And last but not least, we have a lot of school social events for students and parents, also for staff. So Pythagoras Academy will serve everyone as a big family, and everyone loves our school so much. All right, this is the last page. We have our social media here. If any parents would like to connect with us or give us a 5-star reviews on Google review, why not? And we also develop a new channel for WeChat customer service as well. Parents, feel free to send us any information. All right, then I will wrap up here.
Ms. Vivian, before you wrap, there is a question in the chat that's just asking, they were meaning by their question compared to public school, like what are the things that PA has that public school doesn't have? And I don't know that we answered that. So we have an information technology class. So the children are learning coding and robotics. So that's not typical at all in the public school. There's no French classes in the public schools. Traditionally, we have a musical theater program. You won't find that in the public school as well. And then the hot lunch program and things like that are often missing too in the public program. So those are some of the programs that we have that don't exist in the public system. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pusha, for the answer. And I believe that every parent receive a lot of valuable information today, connecting with us. And so in order to have a fun wrap up, can I have everybody show me where is your right hands? Let's show me your right hands. Okay, 右手请举起来, and then your left hands. Okay, and everybody say bye to William behind me. No, I'm joking. I mean, everybody clap your hands. Thank you so much for attending this meeting. And we look forward to connect with you very soon. And William is here to grab the ice packs. We also provide ice pack for students that need emergency care. And also, please feel free to reach out to us if you are interested in volunteering work with Pythagoras Academy. We have a lot of fun little work and little opportunities for parents that who would like to spend more time on the campus as well. Our chair of couple will love to connect with you that if you are interested to join us too. All right, thank you so much, everybody. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you for your time for connecting with us today.
Thanks so much.